Welcome to Destiny Quest: The Heart of Fire. We're going to play uh, the Menace from the Deep. It's an Act 1 quest, and we are. This game is not really a level, but we do have several things. So I'm just going to read it. Through the veil of falling snow, you finally catch sight of the logging camp. 4 stone cabins arranged within a clearing. Behind them, the forested hills give rise to the impressive Valhalla mountain range, their lofty peaks lost to the clouds. And this is because we are here so this is the starting hub, and we travel to 60. 60 is an average quest instead of the previous one, which was an easy quest, and well, it wasn't that hard anyway. So now for an average quest. Be on your guard, snaps the gruff voice of the captain as he marches to the front of the group, his boots crunching through the snow. He is a heavily built veteran, muscles bulging beneath his leather tunic. He turns to look back at your ragtag band, his eyes squinting in the bright light. With a grimace, he works a roll of tobacco around his mouth before spitting juice into the snow. Goblins are dangerous. Let's not have any foolish heroics. I'm looking at you, Vaz. A shaven-headed woman, her features as hard and sharp as the mountains, gives a snort. She whispers something to her companion, a tall, skinny man with a rat-like face. He sniggers, drawing out his broadsword with a ring of steel. Just another gobble hunt. He grins, patting the blade. When we get to see some real action, Captain? Shut that greasy mouth of yours, sir, or I'll shut it for you, growls the captain, stabbing at a fat finger in the air. I'm not having any talk back on this mission. You got that? The same goes for the rest of you noobs. You glance around at the gathering, a dozen mercenaries and adventurers recruited from Carvel for what was described as a simple mission. There have been reports of goblin raids from the north. The logging camp was attacked recently, and seeing a chance for some local fame and fortune, Captain Sanders has put together a group to investigate. Right, now move it, he growls, turning and starting down the slope. And stay frosty, people. So, go scout. Vaz, I want you out on that left flank. His 2 regulars move quickly and efficiently, the red-faced man scuttling towards the camp while the woman hurries into the trees, a knife in each hand. They are soon lost from sight. Shoving through branches, you arrive at the edge of the camp. Searle is already waiting there, crouched beside an overturned car. The camp is clearly deserted, its contents ransacked. You see boxes and crates smashed open, doors banging to and fro in the wind, sheets and clothing poking out of the snow. Don't smell no stinking gobbos, says Searle, snorting and then spitting over his shoulder. I think we're too late, sighs one of the group. The captain turns and grabs the person who spoke, a boyish-looking mage in grey woolen robes. Then you can join Searle and go search those cabins. The rest of us will stay here. Now, get moving. If you have the word Sure Blade written on your hero sheet, turn to 93. Otherwise, turn to 14. I have Sure Blade um, on my character sheet, but that is because I already played it, so I don't. I'm going to say now that I didn't find Sure Blade. So 214. After our tense wait, Searle and the mage return to deliver their report. As with the rest of the camp, the cabins have all been ransacked. Anything of value, including food, has been taken. Turn to 220. The captain chews thoughtfully on his roll of tobacco. I expected the goblins to have holed up here. That's what they normally do. Vas, the shaven-headed warrior, returns to the group. Snow's making it difficult, but I found goblin tracks coming down from the mountains. An equal number of tracks are headed away south. They didn't stay here. They must have moved on. The woman thrusts her knives back into her belt. We're gonna follow him? I didn't come all this way just to eyeball the scenery. The captain is silent for a moment, peering at the mountains through the thickening snow. We go north. There are gasps of surprise from the party. Searle voices what everyone is thinking. But the gobos went south, he says. The captain leans forward, spitting a stream of juice into the muddy snow. They were in a hurry, fleeing from something. Perhaps just a raiding party. Either way, our problem lies in that direction. He lifts his burly arm, pointing a finger towards the grey mountains. I ain't running after a few goblins. There's gotta be more of them up there. You want to stop a flood? You go straight to the source. The captain trudges off through the camp. Searle and Vas exchange looks, then grudgingly fall into step behind him, leaving the rest of you to bring up the rear. Turn to 183. Your legs soon ache from your ascent into the mountains. After what seems like a lifetime, you finally reach a ledge banked with snow. Here, the goblin tracks are clearly visible, leading into and out of a cave. The captain slides his shield from his back and tucks his axe loose from his belt. You see the others similarly drawing their weapons, tensed and ready for combat. Searle, the party's tracker, creeps forward into the cave. The rest of you follow, unsure what you will find inside. 7. You emerge in a huge cavern, brightly lit by luminous mushrooms growing along the walls. It is hard to get a sense of scale, even with the light. The ceiling is lost from view, somewhere in the chill darkness above. The wind provides the only sound in this vast space, making an eerie moaning sound as it whistles between the rocks and channels. Warily, the party progresses across the cavern. After 100 meters, you hear Searle making a disgusted grunt. His foot is caught in something green and sticky. As he tucks his foot loose, he pokes at the slime with his sword. What's this? He sniffs. Hey, we got some goblin snot. Ah, shut it, growls the captain, eyeing his surroundings warily. I heard something. Everyone is silent, turning slowly to the spot. On the spot. For a moment, all, all you can hear is the murmur of the wind. Then you hear something else, a skittering metallic sound. It is hard to make out where it is coming from. Slowly, your eyes are drawn upwards toward the dark ceiling. Then you hear a cry from behind you. Spinning around, you manage to catch sight of the young mage being dragged into the air, kicking and flailing. He is lost from sight in seconds. "What is this?" shouts Vaz, falling into a crouch. "I don't see—" There is another scream, as one of the party is hit by something. It looks like a stream of green sticky goo. They are slammed back onto the ground. Then another streaks out of the dark, hitting the unfortunate mercenary and yanking them off their feet. You are about to run to their aid, then all hell breaks loose. From above you, more gooey threads rain down from the dark. Several hit members of the group who barely have time to register their shock before being tugged upward by some powerful force. "Move it!" bellows the captain. He raises his shield just in time to block one of the sticky strands. It splats across the face of the shield, which is ripped from his grasp and goes hurtling back up into the darkness. "Give us some covering fire! Artillery!" He races forward, the others following, while one of the remaining mages hurls a blazing ball of fire across the cavern. As the flames arch overhead, they illuminate the ceiling of the cave for the briefest of moments, and there, scuttling over the dark rock, is a swarm of giant insects. "Ants!" shouts Searle. "Blooming ants! Run!" To dodge the gooey missiles, you will need to take a speed challenge. Outrun the slime, 10. No, my speed is 2. Can I improve my speed with something? I don't think so. Save path gives me +2 once per combat. I assume that it doesn't work with a challenge. Yeah, well, I think so. Yeah, I think I can use save path. Let's see. Save path. You can only use save path once per combat. What can I use? Is it a combat? Combat. Let's say here. Quests and monsters. Combat. Here's combat. Combat sequence. example, special abilities, health, special abilities in combat, damage score, backpack use in combat, runes, glyphs, dice, challenge. No, I don't think so. A challenge is a challenge and a combat is a combat. But it doesn't really say here. So I assume I cannot use the things that give me a plus in combat. Charm. No, that's all combat. Okay, then I'm going to roll. How much? I think a 2d6. Check. Challenge. Yeah, 2 dice. Makes sense. Okay. Using my ancient smartphone. 2d 36. It's a 7 plus 2 is I fail. Because I have to. Okay, I cannot outrun the slime. 281. Sorry. You have almost made it to the other side when something heavy slams into your arm, tugging you backward off your feet. Before you have a chance to register what is happening, you find yourself being lifted up into the air. Your right arm and chest have become covered in thick strands of green slime, which are now reeling you in, taking you higher and higher. In alarm, you see that you are being dragged towards one of the waiting creatures. It has the back and the torso of a man, but the lower body and back and legs of a black ant. The gooey tendrils are coming out of spiracles either side of its thorax. As you near, the ant-man snatches you out of the air with its hands. Then you are being moved, a bumping, jolting journey filled with the incessant clicking of legs and chitinous plates. You are pushed through a hole in the ceiling, the ant-man scurrying in after you. In the dim light, glowing from the gooey walls, you see a swarm of similar creatures dashing back and forth along a narrow cave. Some of them are carrying wriggling bundles, which you assume are your companions. "Chuck that food," chatters one of the ants, who appears to be some kind of overseer. "The green, hungry, more food." The bundles are being carried off down adjoining tunnels that wind away into the darkness. Suddenly you are being spun around, twisting fast through the air. You realize that your captor is seeking to wind more of the goo around you, sealing you in a bundle just like the others. Desperately you tug a weapon free with your remaining hand and swing it in the direction of the ant. You hear a high-pitched screech. Again you swing the weapon, half blind as to where your blows are landing. Suddenly you find yourself being dropped to the ground. Quickly you hack through the slime, freeing yourself from its sticky prison. The ant-man is dead, but the others are scuttling towards you now. The air hums with gooey missiles as the angry creatures try and catch you in their netting. You must fight. Archer ants? Okay, so the previous off-camera playthrough, I didn't fail the speed test, so I'm now in new territory. Archer ants, 2, 1, 1, 20. So we roll for initiative. So 36. That is archer ends. As usual, enemy hero and so the enemy speed is 2, brawn is 0, is 1. They don't have magic. They have 1 armor, 20 health. And I am 2, 3, 4, 3. 2, 3, 4, 3, 30 health. So they rolled a 3, I roll a 10, so I have initiative. I do 1d6 damage. Let's put it here. It's a 5. Let's see, how did this work again? I choose either brawn or magic, so I use magic. 4 plus 5 is 9. Minus their armor is 8. 20 minus 8 is 12. And then new initiative. We have the same initiative modifier, so it's just 5 versus 7. I win again. Do the same thing. 1d6 is 1. Plus 4 minus 1 is 4. 12 minus 4 is 8. There's nothing special further. 8. 12. I win again. That's an easy fight. 6 plus 4 is 10, minus 1 is 9. So they are at minus 1, and I win this simple skirmish. If you defeat the archer ends turn to 3-1-1. Intruder, chitters the overseer. This is destroy. Looking around, you see more of the creatures scuttling out of a side tunnel. You cannot win this fight. Shaking with exhaustion, you turn to the larger Ant-Man. You sheath your weapon, its mirror-like eyes reflecting your determined stare. Give it your best shot, you growl. The overseer spiracles blast slime in your direction. You twist your body at the last possible moment, catching one of the strands in your hand. The ant reels you in quickly, its sharpened teeth clicking together hungrily. Only then does the creature's slow brain register your plan. Once you are in range, you throw yourself against the Ant-Man, wrapping your arms around its waist. Your forward momentum sends you both tumbling backwards, rolling across the ground and straight through one of the holes in the floor. The wind is a dull roar in your ears, the world spinning over and over in a dizzying blur. Then you are jolted sideways. Out of instinct, the ant has fired a slime rope at the ceiling. Suddenly you are both swinging rather than falling, slamming against one of the walls, where you finally let go. Thankfully the drop is only a short one, the Ant-Man's sticky rope having slowed your fall. Landing on your feet, you start sprinting for the tunnel, where you see the other survivors taking shelter. One of the party steps forward, a mage in black and gold robes. They throw a spear of fire through the air, which whistles past your ear and hits something behind you, filling the cavern with a high-pitched wail. Part of an ant's body crashes down nearby. The mage grabs your arm as you reach the tunnel, pulling you into safety. "What was that?" gasps Vaz, breathing hard. "A massacre, that was what it was," cries Searle, sounding panicked. That weren't no greenheads." You look around at the party. One of the original dozen, now only half remain. "Come on," growls the captain. "Keep it together, people." He pats you on the shoulder, a hint of admiration in his steely grey eyes. "Come on, hero. You're a tracker now. Get moving." Feeling more like bait than a valued member of the team, you find yourself leading the group deeper into the mountain. After several hundred meters, the passage widens, joining a much larger tunnel which cuts left to right. A chill wind blows from the west, carrying with it a salty, stagnant odor. To the east, the tunnel ascends steeply, heading deeper into the mountain. Will you take the west tunnel or take the east tunnel? I'm going to roll and let you know next video. Bye.